Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video, and today we are taking on the new Goku Family Extreme Super Battle Road. And I gotta do my boy Ningen proud here and bring in Dragonball Heroes, and this is also going to be a no-item run. Now, and I'm not just doing this just to say like, oh, Heroes is good, but like, when I looked at Goku's family, like, this is legitimately like one of the better team builds I think you could bring for an event like this. Because the one thing, if you guys haven't all noticed about Dragon Ball Heroes, a ton of Heroes units stun and or seal. So they are very, very good for Super Battle Road. And I'm commenting over pre-recording. I had some pop-ups going because I couldn't put my Do Not Disturb on. So ignore those little pop-ups that come up there. But, you know, if you look at this Xeno Super Saiyan 3 Goku, by the way, is MVP because of his damage reduction and his stunning. So you see there we got a stun. And a lot of these stuns that we have are 2-turn stuns. So we're basically in a situation where we have stunning on every rotation. And as long as we get a little RNG and hit at least one of those stuns, we just can keep the enemy stun locked. And the thing with this fight is these fights are all like 2 enemies. So like it's pretty easy to keep them stun locked and kind of manage. That fights where it's hard to manage that is when you've got like 5 enemies, right? Because there's so many of them, you can't stun them all. So you can even see here, I think Bardock's got sealing and guaranteed crit if our health is high enough. Even the Xeno support Goku has stunning, right? It's actually just the leader. The leader, Goku, doesn't have any stunning or sealing, but he just can hit really hard. So we definitely take that. Just hitting really hard is good. And once again, we got him stun locked here. So this first phase, we're pretty much out of here because we just hit them really hard and they're stunned out. They can't do anything to us. Bardock, we actually find Bardock getting his guaranteed crits or at least his effective against all types quite often in here. And it proves to be very effective. So this first phase goes down very quickly. Now, in these first 2 phases, I don't really take a lot of damage, so it seems like this fight isn't very hard. But these enemies actually do hit really hard. We just get lucky with RNG. And the thing is like after super attacking, most of these units are fairly good defensively after super. It's just Xeno Super Saiyan 3 Goku here can chill in slot 1, and he eats these attacks like they're not that strong, but it's because his kit is so freaking good. And he's got damage reduction, right? So that's what's good. And then same thing with Int Super Saiyan 4 Gohan. He's also a very good defensive unit. But see, yeah, it's like, oh, double digits. This is really easy. But if it's not Goku here in slot 1, like they're taking over 100k normals, that super at 28k is probably like 3 to 400k against a normal unit. So Xeno Goku makes this look easy. And then once again, when you get the fat stun on Trunks right away, it's like, all right, well, that's pretty easy. And then Gohan here also, I believe he has stun or seal. I don't remember which one, but I think he can stun also. So like, yeah, basically this whole team can stun or seal in some way. And for Super Battle Road, that's just way too good, right? Now, yes, obviously there are other Goku family teams that would be very good for this. You could stomp it with just some insane top tier meta Goku units, but this Heroes team worked out great. And if I could run the extreme version of the team on here, I absolutely would, because the Robel and Supreme Kai of Time and Hearts, they annihilate Super Battle Road. I already did a video on them. They literally just show up and then they AoE stun. By the way, Minato was live on Twitch when I was recording this, but not when you're watching this. He may or may not be live. Check Twitch, see if Minato's live. But and look at Bardock even getting the dodge there is pretty good because he would have taken a lot of damage and then guaranteed critting. So Bardock having dodge in his kit, like look at all the dodging we got. We got 3 dodges from Bardock there. Bardock, I feel like, is pretty darn underrated because everybody looks at him and they're like, oh, he's not defensive enough, and oh, his, you know, you got to be at 90% for the guaranteed crit. Well, you don't need the guaranteed crit, and even if you're above 70, you're still effective against all types. And he's got, dude, after super, he's still got like over 400k defense, which is good enough for normals for most content. And he's got the dodge in order to compensate. I think that Bardock is actually quite good. And I've used him actually a few times in very hard content, and he can do okay, right? It just depends on the event. Now, I'd say if you can't dodge and it's like red zone, sure, Bardock's probably going to get cooked pretty good. But I find myself actually getting his effective against all types and or crits a lot more than you would expect. Now, obviously, I haven't maybe done as many runs as I could in hard content with him, but like from the few runs I've done, it's actually turned out pretty good. And it's probably just a little bit of RNG too. Someone else could be playing him and be like, oh, I never get the crits, I always get supered and whatever, and that can be RNG. Now here's where we get cooked a little bit. So once again, this is the third and final fight, only 2 enemies. So once again, as long as we hit the stuns or seals, we're good. I was double checking my Goku to see if he has stunning or sealing. So I'm like, he doesn't. I probably actually should have put Bardock in slot 1 just for the dodging possibility, but I put Goku. Now here's what happens when you don't have Xeno Super Saiyan 3 Goku in slot 1 and you have a normal unit. Look at the damage we take here. So we get pretty darn cooked here. 173k, and that was type disadvantage. So we were type advantage. So had that been type neutral, we would have gotten crushed. But look at that, 84k normal just on a regular attack when we weren't guarding. So like losing the guard, we took so much damage there from a normal 84k. So I was kind of complacent at this point. I'm like, oh, this doesn't seem hard. I'll just try it, no items, not realizing like, yeah, like some of these other units just make the event look weaker than it is, but they hit really freaking hard in here. Now after Super, thank God Goku supered here, because look, he takes 263 from that Vegeta. Remember, we had taken an 80k normal from him, and we got him sealed, which is awesome. And we got the guaranteed additional, and notice that Bardock guaranteed crit there because it goes by health at start of turn. So even though we got absolutely demolished on this turn, Bardock still guaranteed crit and got a double super and did a ton of damage. So Bardock there still showing up even though we lost a lot of health, and now Vegeta's almost dead. Like, we almost one-turned it because of Bardock there. So now it's just a matter of, can I survive this turn? I'm like, oh yeah, we got this. Because Goku in slot 1 is going to tank, and we know Vegeta is sealed. And even just that teeny bit of healing from Gohan, I know that from normal, Xeno Super Saiyan 3 Goku won't take anything. Because we got him sealed, I know we're good to go. So even though we had just a sliver of health there at the end, really wasn't a very risky last turn. And once again, where did that seal come from? Came from Bardock. Bardock, very, very good product. Like, Bardock was not just a throw-in. Like, he actively, like, helped this team win through sealing and dodging and heavy damage with crits. And effective against all types. And then Pan finishing it off, who can also stun, by the way, as a very good support unit that dodges. So, there you go, guys. The Heroes team, no item run, Extreme Super Battle Road. Not just to, like, I'm not, like, forcing it and saying this is the Heroes agenda. It's like, no, like, they're actually a good premium option to run here. So anyways, let me know how your runs went. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.